Coming up on June 5th, it's going to be a difficult anniversary to mark for many. It will be the 40th anniversary of the first CDC reported case of HIV/AIDS. Now, support is always needed when dealing with a disease, and here in New Orleans, there's a new support group that's free for people aging with HIV. Here to explain more about the unique needs of this group is our next guest. Please help me welcome to the show Jim Meadows of Sage, New Orleans. Welcome to the show, Jim.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, and I'm so glad that you have now created this support group because we all know support is needed when you're going through any disease. I want to talk about what led Sage New Orleans to start this new support group, and more importantly, the name behind it. What made you want to come up with that name?
Well, yeah, what we find is that most people who are aging with HIV are dealing with a lot of social isolation. We've all been isolated during COVID. Older people have been even more isolated, and people who are aging with HIV even more so. And what we're looking to provide here is just an opportunity for support, uh, focus on some of the unique challenges that people who are aging with HIV deal with, and increase social connections. And it's led by a professional counselor, Susan Harrington. We're very excited about it.
It is. She's a friend to the show, so that's awesome that she is helping lead this initiative. Now, it's interesting because most people for this group is going to be over the age of 50. What are some of those unique needs that they deal with, especially at that age, besides social isolation?
Sure. And, for those who don't know, and a lot of people don't know this, is that the majority of people with HIV in America now are over 50. Many of them have had the condition since the 80s. They're survivors. But what that means is that a lot of them have dealt with a great deal of loss of friends, loss of partners, family, uh, during a time where there was so much more stigma around this condition. And so there's a lot of trauma there. There's a lot of stuff that people are still dealing with, and not having anyone to talk to about it with. And we're trying to change that. I mean, the reason we call it aging positively, well, it's kind of a play on, well, being HIV positive. That has been something that's a dirty, stigmatizing. That's an illness. Those people are sick. We're not looking at that like this. We are destigmatizing HIV. It is long past time that all stigma be removed from being positive. And the same thing around aging too. There's such a taboo, and people get older and they feel bad about being older, and that's not what we're about. We're about positivity around aging, and providing affirmation and validation for people who've lived with HIV and have dealt with so much. And they're the reason that all of the advances that have been made have happened, because they demanded it from their government and from the CDC, who first identified this condition 40 years ago, on June
On
5th.
June 5th, which is unbelievable. And I want to talk a little bit more about the group. You all are going to be doing some great things. You're going to work on social connectedness. And I know you all have meetings right now that are virtual. What are some of the activities you all are going to be doing when people who may apply to this group come to a meeting that's virtual right now?
Sure. Well, Susan Harrington will be running the meeting. She's a very great LPC, family therapist, and we'll give people a chance to check in, just talk about, hey, this is what's going on with me right now. What's going on with you? But Susan will also have some activities to talk about, for example, how to cope with grief, unresolved grief, how to navigate the healthcare system when you feel like they're not aware of what your issues are.
So important. And this is only really for people over the age of 50 years old. So that's what the group is for. But I'm curious, it's June 1st today, and this is the start of Pride Month celebrating LGBTQ plus individuals. I'm curious, do you all have anything maybe coming up to help celebrate Pride Month?
Well, Sage New Orleans, we've moved all of our programming to virtual over the past year, and we did do a history of Pride in New Orleans presentation on Zoom with the LGBT Archives Project. That's up on YouTube. But this month, what we're hoping, assuming that things continue to go well with the pandemic, to have our in-person Sage table. And what that is is it brings together LGBT for a conversation and a meal. One thing we love in New Orleans is to eat and to have a conversation. And that will be at St. Anna's Church. We're still working out the details to make sure it's going to be safe to do that. But that for now, that's what we're hoping to do is relaunch some of our in-person supports.
For sure. And for people watching out there who may want to come to one of these meetings, again, virtual right now, when do you all meet?
The HIV support group meets on Zoom every Thursday at 2 p.m. And at some point later in the year, we'll hope to move it into in person. But for now, it's on Zoom.
Absolutely. Well, look, Jim Meadows, thank you so much for doing so many great things for the community. It was a pleasure to talk to you this morning. And hey, for more information about this free support group for older HIV people, you can log on to sageneworleans.org or give them a call at 504-517-2345.